If you want a higher LSAT score, you're going to want to pick the right test date. LSAC just announced the upcoming LSAT test dates for the 2025-2026 law school admissions cycle. And if there's one thing I've learned over the past 20 years, it's that choosing the right test date can make or break your LSAT score. The wrong choice means you're rushing your prep, you're applying a bit too late, and there's less scholarship money available. I'm Steve Schwartz from LSAT Unplugged, and today I'm going to break down each LSAT test date, who it's best for, and which one you should choose. Now, of course, we already have the April and June LSATs coming up. April LSAT's 2 months away, April 10th through the 12th. The June LSAT is June 4th through June 7th. Both of these are great options if you're the kind of person who plans ahead. You take it early, you see where you stand, and you still have another opportunity or two to take it and apply to law school at the beginning of the cycle in the fall. Now, coming up, of course, we have the new LSAT test dates: August, September, October, November, January, February, April, and June. These are actually the same months the LSAT was administered this past admission cycle. And so maybe LSAC is looking to finally standardize things and remove some of the randomness and arbitrary nature of how they do things. Now, of course, the August LSAT coming up roughly 6 months from now, it's going to be administered August 6th through August 9th with scores released August 27th. This is a great choice for those who want to apply early and give yourself some chances to retake it this calendar year. You take it in August, you can retake it in September, October, and November. It's a great choice if you have a strong summer study plan, meaning you have time available over the summer to study for the test. But you do want to watch out for any summer distractions like internships or vacations. But my take is it's still a great choice if you want to grind hard over the summer. Now you have the September LSAT coming up September 3rd through September 6th with scores coming back September 24th. This is another great choice if you want to apply to law school early in the cycle. And if you want enough time to prep without pushing things too late, you want to watch out though, and you can still retake it in October and November and apply early this cycle if you'd like to. So my take is that September is one of the best dates because you get the chance to apply early. And if you need a retake, you still have October and November as options. Now, speaking of October, the October LSAT is October 3rd through October 7th. Scores come out October 24th. This is an international test takers administration. So if you're taking the LSAT outside North America, maybe you're studying abroad, or maybe you just live outside North America and you want a bit more time to prep, it's also a great option without pushing your timeline late. Law schools will start reviewing applications in October. And if you want to retake it, you can still retake it in November and January and apply early enough this cycle. Now, the last LSAT test administration of 2025 is the November LSAT on November 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, with scores coming out November 26th. This is a great option if you feel like you need a bit more prep time, but you still want to apply early-ish, or if you don't plan to retake because after November, you've really only got the January and February LSATs as reasonable dates for the coming admissions cycle. Now, remember that all else being equal, it's better to apply earlier than later, but the November LSAT is not too late. And if you need a backup, you could retake it in January or February. But my take is that all else being equal, speaking now in mid-February, the November LSAT is the last option I'd recommend if you want to apply to law school next cycle because you've got 9 months between now and then. That should be way more than enough time. So there's no reason, speaking now, to aim to take the LSAT in 11 months in January 2026 or February 2026, a full 12 months, a full year from now. I would aim to knock it out August or September if you can, but if you need a little more time, October or maybe even November is totally fine. Now, if you need to, if you're not ready to get started with the LSAT for quite some time, of course, you do have the January 2026 LSAT administered January 7th through 10th with scores coming out January 28th. This is great if you need a whole lot more study time, if you're not yet ready to start until, say, the end of this spring semester, or if you're retaking because the LSAT in the fall didn't go your way. Now, it could be okay if you're applying to law schools with later deadlines, like in March or April. But remember that rolling admissions means that seats and scholarships do fill up earlier sometimes, and there are some law schools that will not take the results of the January LSAT, especially those of you up north in Canada. So my take here is that if you bomb the LSAT in the fall for whatever reason, the January retake could save you, but be realistic that your odds of getting in might be a little bit lower and there might be less scholarship money available. Now, beyond January, of course, you do have the February 2026 LSAT administered only over 2 dates, February 6th and February 7th, with scores coming out February 25th. This is probably your last chance if you're applying to law school next cycle. And there are some law schools like those in Canada that will not take the results of the February LSAT. So only take this one if you absolutely must take it and have no other choice. Now, there are 2 more dates after that for the cycle, though. You have the April and June 2026 LSATs. April is administered over April 9th through April 11th, 2026. The June 2026 LSAT is administered over June 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. I would not recommend taking it at the tail end of the cycle, though. It's better if you can to take it as an early bird for fall 2027 admissions, which then will give you multiple retake opportunities. But it's probably going to be too late for fall 2026 applicants. And so for those planning way, way ahead, the April and June LSATs will set you up for success because you take it early, you get your score back, and you still have a lot of different chances to retake it before law school applications open in the fall. So as for the question, which LSAT test date should you choose? I recommend aiming for June, August, or September as your best move because you have multiple retake opportunities. If you need more study time, of course, you could retake it in October and November as well. If you need a bit more time, you're postponing for whatever reason. If you're applying a little bit later because you really need more chances to retake, January and February could work, but be careful and look carefully at deadlines. And if you're planning way ahead, of course, April and June are your best move. But overall, the best test date is the one that gives you the time you need to achieve your fullest potential. And if you'd like help getting that 170 plus, we work with students every day to destroy the LSAT and get into their dream law schools. If you'd like my help, you could check out the links below to book a call with me and my team. We offer personalized coaching programs, custom day-by-day study plans. Again, links below. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.